I want to quickly talk to you about how to choose law software for trust accounts. So we're going to talk about trust accounting software. And before I go into anything, let me give you the overview here. It's important to understand trust accounting software before you even think about choosing the best capabilities, the best tool for your law firm. So what is trust accounting software? So trust accounting software refers to the specialized type of legal accounting software that's designed to manage and track the financial transactions and records associated with clients' trust accounts in law firms, right? The key word here is what? Client trust accounts. And so trust accounting is a critical aspect of almost every legal practice because it really involves handling and tracking and monitoring the client funds that have been entrusted to a lawyer or law firm for specific purposes. So the most common types of client funds that are held in a trust account are such settlement funds. You have retainers or court awarded damages. And often these funds are only held for a short amount of time. This could be 3 months, 6 months, but in some cases they may be held for longer, right? So bottom line here is that the right trust accounting software should provide your law firm with a comprehensive set of tools and features needed to manage your trust account appropriately and accurately, and obviously in accordance with instructions from the court. And so that software should also make sure that the strict requirements of trust accounting are met, right? Because the whole thing is that there is an entire body of literature around trust accounting, and you have to make sure that whatever you do, you are in compliance with those standards. And in addition to all of this, good trust accounting software offers firms a chance to create multiple accounts when needed, track trust account deposits and disbursements, so the cash inflows and cash outflows, generate detailed reports, and reconcile bank statements. You want to reconcile bank statements so that if a court auditor wants to look at your trust accounts, that court appointed auditor is satisfied. So the software should also be able to automate many time-consuming tasks such as calculating interest on trust funds, maintaining transaction records, and generating client ledger reports. So this is really important. So if you are able to, so I'm going to explain everything to you into this conversation so that you can actually stay compliant. By the way, boss, welcome back to the show. It's really a pleasure to have you here and have a quick convo with you about how to choose law software for trust accounts. Now, let me dig a little deeper here. I want to give you the steps. So I'm going to share with you 10 essential factors of trust accounting software. So there are 10 things you want to check if you want to choose the perfect law software for trust accounts that can help you stay compliant. First thing first, you want to look at robust features. Make sure the tool that you choose, the trust accounting tool that you choose, must have robust features. Now, there are certain features that are critical, and there are others that are ancillary. So when evaluating trust accounting software, you want to look for a comprehensive set of features tailored to trust accounting needs of your law firm, because every law firm has different trust accounting needs. So maybe your law firm has specific trust accounting needs based on your geography or I would say the province of law that you actually cover. So those features may include the ability to create and manage individual client trust accounts, track deposits and disbursements, generate financial reports, reconcile bank statements, and handle interest calculation. Remember, as I told you before, you have an entire set of accounting rules that actually cover trust accounting, and those are different from your regular financial accounting. I'm talking about your GAAP accounting, generally accepted accounting principles. So this is really important to really see that dichotomy, to see that distinction. Okay, so number one, you want to have robust features. Look for robust features. Now, if you have a question about that, just let us know in the comment section. We'll let you know. We'll let you know based on your geography, your state, and the kind of needs you have. We can actually direct you to the best software. The second thing you want to look at is compliance with regulations. Right? When we talk about trust accounting, inherently we're talking about a court order, right? So ensure that the trust accounting software you choose is designed to meet the specific rules and regulations governing trust accounting in your state or jurisdiction. That's why I talk about geography. You want to look for features that make compliance easy, such as the ability to generate accurate reports, maintain strong audit trails, and stay up to date with any changes in trust accounting guidelines. By the way, boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We're having a conversation about how to choose law software for trust accounts. The next thing you want to look for is software tools that have perfect integration with existing systems. What do I mean by that? Well, your law firm currently has a tech stack. You currently have a constellation of software tools and programs and capabilities. So make sure whatever tool you want to add to that tech stack is in perfect sync. That's what we call integration. Okay. Make sure that the trust accounting software you are considering can seamlessly integrate with your firm's existing practice management or accounting systems. And many modern and successful firms now use QuickBooks Online as an integral part of their overall accounting system. Some also use Zoho Books. You have sometimes Expensify. You have a wide array of accounting tools, but you want to choose, the bottom line is you want to choose a trust accounting software tool that easily integrates with QuickBooks Online or Zoho or any other, so that you can make your entire accounting department run more smoothly and eliminate the need for manual data entry on any of the the trust accounts. The bottom line is you really want to stay away from anything manual, right? Because the thing is, if you get into you really put yourself in trouble if you do anything manual, because you can't maintain an audit trail. See? So that's the third thing, integration with existing systems. Number 4, you need to have a user-friendly interface. I mean, when we talk about UI, it's just quintessential. Quintessential. Don't buy stuff that will be very complicated for your staff to manage, to work on. If your staff cannot really use the software, then it's not really worth it. You probably can spend like hundreds of dollars every month, but they can't use it. So please pay attention to, you want to look for software with an intuitive and user-friendly interface. A well-designed interface makes it easier for staff members to navigate and perform tasks, reducing frustration and the learning curve while also increasing job satisfaction and efficiency. And that's what you want anyway. You want job satisfaction, you want operational efficiency within your law firm. Very, very quintessential. Another thing you want to look for is customization and flexibility. See, the whole thing is that you don't want to have an accounting software that actually is not really easy to customize, right? Because the thing is, you have accounting software that's really, like, I would say, something general, but you want to customize it to your law firms, to your practices needs. And also everything depends on your geography also, because again, when we talk about trust accounting, we're talking about jurisdiction and we're talking about court orders. So you want a level of flexibility and customization to actually get into the whole thing. This is really quintessential. So you want to choose trust accounting software that can be tailored to your firm's specific needs. And you want to look for customizable settings and options that allow you to adapt the software to your firm's unique trust accounting processes and workflows. Now, depending on the size of depending on your law firm's size, you might already have an existing sort of controls and programs and routines around trust accounting. So you want to make sure whatever you do, whatever software you buy, that software should really sync seamlessly into that existing, I would say, operational framework. The next thing you want to look for, number 6, you want to look for security and data protection. Now, when we talk about security and data protection, we're not talking about just in a specific department, like in the trust accounting department. We're talking about at the level of your entire firm, right? Because security and data protection is really, for all intents and purposes, in our view at least, an important part of any successful law firm. And having a trust accounting and a legal billing software system that prioritizes that will be essential for your legal practice. So you want to ensure that the trust accounting software you invest in has robust security measures in place to protect sensitive client and financial data, right? We are being entrusted by the court to take care of client funds. We want to preserve their privacy. We want to preserve their sensitive data. So you want to look for features such as data encryption, user access controls, and regular software updates to address security vulnerabilities. Okay, any software will have glitches every now and then, but the most important element is to have a regimen or a routine of regular, I would say, vulnerability checks. By the way, boss, I want to quickly remind you once again on today's topic, we're having a conversation about how to choose lost software for trust accounts. I want to talk to you now about the number 7. You want to have reliable customer support. Customer support is so important. When we talk about customer support, we talk about three levels. Customer support happens before, while you're using the software, and when there is a problem. Let me explain. See, the thing is that you want to consider the level of customer support offered by the software provider. You want to look for a company that offers good onboarding and integration, responsive customer support, and additional and ongoing resources such as training materials, documentation, and an easy to navigate websites to assist with any questions or issues that might arise. That's what I mean. First, onboarding. So when they actually onboard you, you want to have a provider that has customer support. Maybe you might need some kind of training. Your staff might need some kind of training, and you want to look for a provider that has no problem providing that training, or that can guide you to a local service provider to actually train your team. Because some trust accounting software, they actually may have a steep learning curve. So your staff might need to actually spend a few hours or a few days to understand how the software works. So you want customer support during the onboarding. You want customer support while you're using the software. Let's say you're using the software and your staff has a problem, or you are maybe facing an issue based on a specific setting or capability. You want a provider who can actually direct someone to you, or you can reach customer support real fast. And another level of customer support really revolves around the constellation of I would say documentation and paperwork that the provider has for you. This could be an FAQ. This could be a blog on the website. This could be video tutorials. It could be anything, but you want to have that. You want to have comprehensive training materials. Very, very critical. The next thing you want to look at, and this is number 8, you want to look at scalability and growth potential. See, the thing is that when we talk about scalability, we're not talking about just the software being scalable. We're also talking about your law firm. See, the whole thing is that scalability works in two ways. You cannot have software that's scalable if the company is not scalable. So basically, we are rooting for your law firm, your law practice to grow. So basically, you want trust accounting software that will grow in sync with your revenue, with your practice's revenue. Okay, so you want to evaluate whether the trust accounting software can scale with your firm as you grow. You want to consider factors such as the software's ability to handle an increasing number of client trust accounts, an increasing number of legal professionals, and its compatibility with future tech stack add-ons and or advancements. So we're talking about 3 things here. There is a trifecta that is really quite essential for you to consider. So first, there could be an increase, an uptick in the number of client trust accounts. Maybe there have been a recent wave of court cases in the area, and you are now handling more trust accounts. So if you have an increase in that number, you want to have software that can actually scale. That's number 1. Number 2, when you have an increase in staff. So if your practice's workforce increases, you want to be able to have a trust accounting software tool that can accommodate that. In other words, that software can add users seamlessly. See, the key word here is seamlessly, because you don't want to have any kind of disruption in your operations simply because you are increasing staff members. You are increasing the number of staff members. So that's number 2. Number 3, everything that the software right now is kind of maybe working fine, but what if you change your future tech stack? In other words, maybe you add more software to your practice or anything else. The trust accounting software tool that you are buying, you are considering to buy, must be in sync and must really sync really well with that increase in tech stack add-ons and or advancements. Number 9, you want to look at pricing and value. Now, you might be thinking, well, why is this guy not talking about pricing as the first criterion? It's just because price, the way we analyze price in relation to trust accounting software, it's a matter of value. See, if you have software that actually adds value to your practices or operations, then price becomes like a second criterion. It's not the first one. Because if you have the right software, this could really streamline your operations and really make you save money and even make more money. So for us, pricing is an important element, but not quintessential. Okay, so you want to compare the pricing structure of different trust accounting software options, and you want to evaluate the value of, you want to assess the value of that each company provides. You want to consider factors such as the software's functionality, support services, and long-term cost effectiveness in order to determine the best fit for your firm's budget and trust account requirements. And remember that some accounting software tools, they charge you based on the number of trust accounts. Some charge you based on the number of users. So you got to really pay attention to that. And there are some software providers who do not provide their pricing on their website. So they want you to call them. They want you to go through a demo. They want to get your data before they give you the numbers. Okay, so just be aware of that. So some providers are just transparent, but others are not. So number 10, you want to look at user reviews and recommendations. So the thing is, you want to take into account feedback from other law firms or legal professionals who have used the trust accounting software. You want to consider their experiences, recommendations, and any potential concerns or limitations they may have encountered. Having said that, it's important to understand that trust accounting is a vast body of literature. It's a vast body of professional endeavors. So what I'm trying to say is that if you have a trust, let's say you have a lawyer in New York, that lawyer in New York might have a different reality, so to speak, than a lawyer in LA, than a lawyer in Chicago, based on the kind of reality in relation to trust accounting that he or she lives. So just be aware of that. So what I'm trying to say is you want to read the reviews, but you need to contextualize, if you can, those reviews and really see how they may apply to your situation. Okay. So simply because somebody's had a bad, like if you had a user say something bad about a trust accounting software tool, doesn't mean automatically that tool is just bad. You need to contextualize the review, the feedback, to see if that review may apply to your situation. Very, very, very quintessential. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. In today's conversation, I was just talking to you about how to choose law software for trust accounts. So I defined to you what trust accounting software really is. And then I give you 10 essential factors for you to actually think about if you want to consider trust accounting software. So I spoke about the features, compliance, like regulatory compliance, integration with existing systems, user-friendly interface, customization and flexibility, security and data protection. We have customer support reliability, scalability and growth potential. We also spoke about pricing, and we spoke about user reviews. Thank you. God bless you. I'll see you next time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.